Hey everyone, how are you? Sorry I'm so late. I am having to go on my phone because somehow I cannot get in on my computer. Can everybody hear me? I am still trying to get everything up on my computer so I could switch over to the other channel. Hey Sam, how are you? Uh, it's been a crazy day. I had to work so late today. They called me in. I was like, oh man, of all days. Hey Native Life, how are you? I know Red had texted me. Red, I put the link in the chat for you to try to come up that way. Hey, I'm going to bring Red up, you guys. Hold on.
Hi.
How are you? Sorry I'm so late.
No, it's okay. I got a phone call too, and
Oh, they called me into work today, and I was just like, oh my gosh, why are you calling me into work? And I got stuck there later than what I thought I was going to be. So, hey, DPS Wonderful World, how are you? Thank you for coming. So, everybody, this is our guest for today. This is Red. She likes to be called Red. Redheaded
it
Writing
doesn't
Hood.
matter.
And so I'm going to have her, our first question for her is going to be, what is your channel about and what is the name of your channel?
Okay, my channel is Redheaded Writing Hood. That's writing with a W and one T. I have a funny story. I drew my logo, and I was used to writing wrong, and I'm a writer, but I didn't go to college for that. I'm just a creative writer, so I mostly write poetry. That's my logo.
Oh, that is so cool. I love it.
Yeah, Angela of Morbid Heart Creations did it. Yeah, she's really talented, and she has a channel too, Morbid Heart Creations. She does
Oh,
drawings and cartoons like that. Um, yeah, I met her over at Have Cheetah Will View. He was interviewing her.
oh, cool. He has
Um,
so many interesting people on his
yeah,
channel.
he does. Um, so I'm a poet and author. I was a stay-at-home mom for like 30 years, and then I went through a separation and divorce, and I wasn't able to find a regular job, and I wanted to do the writing. And so Redheaded Writing Hood was really my writing name. My And all social media, if you search for me, you'll find me. I have two books that I did out. This was my first book,
Oh,
and there's a
cool.
poem about an elephant. And the second book you cannot get, or you're not supposed to be able to do not get, because this publisher ripped me off. But this poem is in this book. So,
Okay.
but anyways, it was that, and I wanted to move from Georgia, and but my credit was shot. Um, I got my ex works for the Air Force, and I got our smaller house that we had previously rented out in the divorce. So what I did was I sold that, and then I came up to my friend had got transferred up here to Illinois. I came up here. I was able to pay off all my debt. I had to sell my house first. I couldn't like get the stuff out of my house and put it into my RV because I couldn't get my RV until I sold my house.
Mhm.
Because I couldn't even get a loan or refinance the house because my credit was shot. And so I formed this plan in 2019. And then when COVID hit too, I thought it wasn't going to work. And but it did work. Thank
Okay.
God. Thank God it worked. I
Yes.
sold my house, So I put it for sale in June of 2020. My friend had moved up here earlier that year. I was watching her dog, which was funny because I ended up being quarantined with Blue, and his name, and I go by Red, and he's Blue.
And Blue.
And so I'm like anti-red, anti-red. And so I had him until May, and then when he came up here to his mommy, I put my house for sale in June, and then sold it in August. In September, I left Georgia, and then October, I was up here, and I bought my RV, and then in November, I left Illinois, and I went west. I went to see my son first. He's in Denver, Colorado. And so, yeah, I go by Susan too. So hello, Reds. There's lots of Reds, but only one red-headed Writing Hood.
Yes.
Yeah,
definitely. Everybody told me, "Oh, wear your red wig when you're going ahead and interviewing her." I was like, "No, we'll confuse everybody."
I almost wore my red. I have one that has long hair, so I like my hair short now, and it's easier. But
oh yes.
Since it's been quite a year. It's almost been a year now since I left here. And I started just, getting involved on YouTube, and that's been a roller. Some things about YouTube remind me of my relationship with my ex, the roller coaster ride. But I've met so many great people. That's what I'm trying to focus on.
Yes.
I've met so many wonderful people on. Oh, I want to shout out to Tina's the Outsider. Mwah, love you. Tina's the Outsider. Gave me a call. But she was just giving me a heads up on something that I don't want to talk about here. But anyways, you guys watch my channel, watch my page, and we'll explain everything. But I was quite taken aback. I was quite taken aback by what I found out Thursday, and now more has happened. So
oh my gosh,
it's insane. Yeah, it's crazy. It's been quite a ride.
Yes. Yes, life is quite a ride, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah, that's true. It is.
Yeah. Ups and downs, and you got to make the best out of a lot of things, unfortunately.
Yeah. Yeah, life is tough, and that's what I really want to stress on my channel is the positive vibes and love everybody. And no, I don't do drama. Some people think I do, or that I seem to attract drama. What is it that Taylor Swift said? I swear I don't like the drama. It follows me, but I don't like it. I reject that. No, I don't like it. I don't like drama. I believe in being kind to people. I believe in giving people the benefit of the doubt. That's why when this person, when you have a problem with a person, I believe in talking to them and talking it out, to talk to them. And, I even said to this person, I'm sorry if I offended you. It was like, okay, but, I can only do so much, but I believe in that. I believe in the underdog. I believe in, and helping people out, because there's so many people hurting. There's so many people dealing with, depression and anxiety and, all sorts of things, abuse and narcissists. And, there's so many people dealing with that. And you just always got to be kind. You never know what someone is going through. So when you're talking to people, when you meet people, when people are having a reaction, what did they go through in the past? They're probably suffering from PTSD, and they are having they're having a trigger reaction to something. Just give people the benefit of the doubt. Be kind to people.
No.
Flow people off for no reason.
No, it's definitely true. It's definitely true. It's just like you don't know what somebody is definitely going through. It's like you think your problem is the worst, but somebody has it even worse off. So
Yeah.
it's just like, yep. I just tell everybody you got to be a good human being. It doesn't matter what religion, you are. The whole idea is to be a good human being.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Yeah, exactly.
so you said you have two books, and what are your both your books are about? And I know one we're not supposed to get because you have to tell us the story behind the other one.
I will, and
Okay.
I have a video about it, and I also have a post on my blog about it. So if you Google "Redheaded Writing Hood," all my social media comes up, and my blog will come up. So I did this book in 2015, and it's basically my life in poems.
Okay.
And I was influenced a lot by Christian music and the Bible. There's a lot of Bible in it. There's a lot of song lyrics, movie quotes, book quotes, stuff like that. Do you want me to say a poem for you?
Yes, definitely. Tell us your favorite poem from the book.
Oh, okay. Let me do my favorite poem from the book first, because
Okay.
and it is on my website. This is
Okay.
probably, this is my most favorite poem, and it's called "A Storm." And there's always a story behind it, and as there is with this one, and it doesn't tell the whole story, but it tells a part of the story. You say that no one cares for you. Well, that's not true, because I do, and God does too. Oh, that I could fix your problem. I'd mend you up. You'd no longer be stuck in that addiction or depression, the trials that come in rapid succession. But what can I do? I cannot fix you. Can't make you believe or even relieve that deep ache in your heart. Just where do I start? Don't do nothing, she yelled at me. So what should I do? Scream and shout and run about? Perhaps sit and pout? No, I'll fight a war upon my knees. In quietness and confidence shall be my strength. He keeps my prayers and my tears. Perhaps the overflow makes the rain to water all the pain upon the earth. I'll thank him for this thorn. I'll praise him even when I'm worn, because he carries me through the storm. He walks to me on the tempest sea. The rain brings life back to my dying tree. And one day through the clouds, I'll see the rainbow.
It's very deep. Very, I mean, oh my gosh, look, Abby said thumbs up. So that's very deep. It's like, yeah, it's,
Well,
yeah,
sometimes
see the
you don't
struggle.
feel like you can do anything. And there's a
Yeah,
lot of times when you can't do anything.
yep.
And
It's just,
that's what's you feel so helpless, but you can pray, and it's not nothing. People think
yep.
it's nothing. And that's what I got in discussion with a family member about. Well, don't do nothing,
Mm.
and
No, it's something. Every form of religion, when you're having your struggles, every, you pray. Either you pray to Buddha, Allah, God, you pray, and so, yeah.
And I feel like even
Whenever,
if you're because I used to be very dogmatic, but
mm,
I'm not anymore. I'm more open-minded, but still, even if just the fact of doing it, just like I've started meditating, and I'm trying to learn. I'm kind of ADHD, and I always was like that about praying too, but I always did pray, for a long time, because I've been a Christian for a long time, but I had a dark night of the soul sort of thing, and time where I for about 2 years where I was just recently saying that I was not a Christian anymore, but God was still there, and I am, I now identify again as a Christian, but I am different in my beliefs, like not as dogmatic, and more of a progressive Christian, I guess you'd say.
yeah, yeah. No,
So, Yeah, my beliefs are
Uh,
different, and I don't believe in. I used to believe in sharing it more. That's why at first I was hesitant about sharing the book, because the book is very religious,
mm,
and that is at the point where I was at that time.
yeah.
You know,
But
but I
it's
still believe
that
what's
was
in.
part of you.
Yeah.
It's, I
Hmm.
mean,
And I still believe
you're,
in that poem, and
yeah,
especially now. You know.
because your past makes you what you are today.
Yeah, that's
So
true.
I've had
Yeah.
people say, well, if you have one thing to change in your life, what would you change? And I was like, well, what would I change? It would make me somebody different now.
Exactly.
So my past, my mistakes made me who I am today. That's how you learn. So,
Yeah. And exactly my new book of poetry that I'm working on, Red Poems, is the title poem is kind of like about that, because I would be in these divorce groups and they would be like, oh, I'm throwing away all my wedding pictures and blah,
mm,
blah, blah. And like they're trying to like erase the past. And I was like, but I was with this man for 30 years and we have 5 children. So
yeah.
I would not, erase that. And it wasn't all bad. Um, but
Yeah, good things. Everybody
it
said the same
was,
thing with me and my divorce. And it's like, that is my past. We did a bunch of adventures together. I have my son, and without that relationship, I wouldn't have my son right now. So
yeah,
it's just like some good things come out of it. So, and you
yeah,
grow and you learn, you know,
yeah.
it's a learning curve, unfortunately. So,
Mhm. It's,
but now your second book, what is the story behind that one?
this is probably, um, this is probably my second favorite poem. It's kind of a toss up. This one,
Yeah.
at a certain point, you might have asked me, and this would have been my favorite poem. I can say this one for. I can even go through the book, but so this was a paid publisher,
Okay.
and it's Page Publishing. Do not hire them. They and they try to get new people that want to get they think that they tell them that it's good to go through them to get into it,
Mm,
but I don't see how it's helped me, and I get nothing. I've gotten nothing from this book. I've only paid them out, and then it was all over the place. It was on Walmart, and
mm,
then they were supposed to stop printing it, and it was still being printed. And I wanted to sue them, but I was I
mm.
was in debt and I couldn't afford to sue them. And then they
Yeah.
tried to sue me. If you look on my channel, there's a video about it. They tried to sue me for $1 million. I think last I looked, it was not thrown out yet. I'm needing to check on what's the status of that. But they were trying to sue me because since I could not sue them, I spoke out against them on social media and just told people not to publish, not to hire them because they are
Yeah.
a publisher. They didn't give me, and they sent me a check for $11. I was so angry. They said I sold 4 copies, and it was like all, not that I'm thinking I sold 1 million copies or
Yeah.
anything, but I sold more than 4. I knew that my brother bought 2, my daughter bought 1, so that was like basically them saying I sold 1, and then the amount that they sent me was not the amount in the paperwork, that said you're supposed to get this
Ah,
amount from selling that. It was like $2 and some cents. Meanwhile, I bought this copy from them for like $11, which was half price. And then it would show up
ah,
on Amazon for $11. And I'm just like, so how come someone can pay the same price for my book as I'm paying to buy it from you to sell it for, 21? It was just a mess.
oh, that's, oh, that
It's
is
like,
crazy.
um, someone stealing your creation. It's so infuriating,
Yeah.
and then to have to say, this is my book, and you're so excited about because I picked out the pictures and told them what to draw and everything. So I really
Ah,
created it. I mean, I'm not an artist, but I had them
yeah.
do the pictures and told them what to do, and It's a cute little elephant, and I dedicated it to my mom. She loves
That
to
is so crazy.
books, and yeah. So I'm better at saying it. I do weird, but
Yeah.
reading it is different for me. But I have it memorized, so I will. Here's some of the pictures, but I'll say it. I'll just say it
Oh,
for
cool.
you. Was there ever an elephant in your room? When it walked, it went boom. You tried to deny it, but you couldn't hide it. Where can you hide an elephant? Oh no, that's a cat, you try to say, or maybe a bat. It will fly away. If you can't admit it, you can't quit it. Go ahead, face it. Can you trace it? Could the truth set you free? Or will they all laugh at me? Who are they, and why do we care if they laugh? They have a hyena in their room. That's so much worse than just an elephant. How do you eat an elephant? One bite at a time. 1 day, 2 day, 3. Day by day, these things I pray. I have a higher power who created elephants. Maybe he can take care of it. I wonder what he'll do. Will he take it to the zoo? What? People will come from miles around to see the greatest show in town? The elephant, he now does tricks, and people pay to get their kicks. God can take your ashes and give you beauty. You thought you had to sacrifice. Everyone must pay their price. If I give him the elephant, he'll die. But the ringmaster doesn't work that way. The elephant will live another day. He'll sing and dance because he got a second chance. The circus is a place of joy and wonder because the ringmaster has a plan. Trust the elephant in his hands.
Ooh, I like that.
Yeah, and it really has the picture of the family praying over the elephant.
Mm,
And then this was interesting. I had to decide what the ringmaster would look like.
yeah. Oh, that is so
What
cool.
God would look like.
Yeah.
And so I was like, there's he juggling. There's a ringmaster getting him out of jail.
Gotcha.
I got some inspiration from Dr. Seuss.
Mm,
A lot of inspiration from, Horton.
brilliant.
Horton Hatch's
I
egg.
mean, that just is an amazing book, and I feel so sad that you
Yeah, I want to find a
you
publisher to
can't.
redo it.
Yeah,
Yeah, I do.
because
It has a lot of things that it can be helpful for, like, kids going through abuse and stuff, and
yeah,
just to encourage them to talk to an adult, and pray about what they're going through. I wanted to show you the elephant bird because that was inspired by, I told them to do that. Oh, I like the elephant bat and the elephant cat.
yeah. I like that.
That was my idea, and it's like being violated when you get your thing taken from you, when you get your creation taken from you. It's so there it is. I was like, where's that picture? That's the elephant bird,
Oh,
like in Horton.
that's so. I like that.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if you were to take it to another publisher, um, because it's your words, your poem, your idea, could they come after you for republishing it somewhere else? Or in the paperwork that you signed with them, does it say that you can't take it to another publisher?
It's supposed to be mine. They said it's my
Okay.
paperwork. So I was doing Airbnb during when this was going on, because it was 2017 when I did this book, with the poem from that book. And I don't know that they think they maybe were trying to steal the whole thing, but they can't. Really, the paperwork said, that. So I had a lawyer say at my Airbnb, she wasn't a publishing lawyer, and this is the problem I've had with finding a publishing lawyer, and also just finding someone who would take the case, and then
Yeah.
and in the process, I was needing to defend myself, but I'm like, hey, I'm going to countersue them because they They
Yeah.
ripped me. I mean, the gall of somebody that rips you off and then turns around and is going to sue you. It's like,
Yeah. That was
bring it. You've messed with the
terrible.
wrong redhead,
I
girl.
mean,
You've messed with the
I
wrong.
just don't understand why they, I don't know. I just think that's so terrible,
Yeah,
especially,
it's just,
you know. So who published your first book?
okay, so for those of you that don't know, Amazon has a free service. This was self-published with Amazon, and this was free. This was all free. This is a photo that my daughter drew. My middle daughter would be this one right here, of our family. So my last name is Story. That's why the name of the book is The 7-Story Tree. And
Okay.
there were 5 of us, 7 of us. So that's why the 7-Story Tree. Yeah, and so it was published with Amazon, and it was all free.
Oh, that's so cool.
It was so easy. I couldn't believe it. I could not believe it. And so, but I really wanted to break into real publishing, and so that's why I was going through my separation. I was going through my divorce. In the midst of this, I also got ripped off by my first divorce lawyer didn't even put alimony in my paperwork,
Oh, no.
unbeknownst to me. And I was like, and she was really kind of rude. I didn't like meet her. I didn't really search and wasn't careful about. So now I'm very careful about picking a lawyer. That's another reason why I've had trouble finding a lawyer. That was one of the things I did when I came up here. I was doing so many things. I finally, was out of debt and sold my house. And I had.
Hold on, I gotta. Come on. All right. Now I'm trying to get myself back on the other one because then I can see everything better. Hold on. So you're gonna see 2 of me, everybody. There we go. Hold on, let me end this one. Hold on, how can I do that? I think I have to do it this way. All right. Can you hear me?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right, you can hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, now I can hear you. All right. I was just like, oh my gosh, it's taking forever for my computer to come up. I'm like, oh gosh. So, I think I'm echoing. Hold on. I got to shut this off. All right. I think I'm better now. Oh my gosh, this day has been like crazy. So so you're working on another book?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's almost really complete. I don't know when I'm never done writing poems. I'm always writing more poems. I need to open that document. I don't have my new poems memorized, so I read them, but I'm working on memorizing them, and I want to find a publisher, and that's what I traveled around a lot this last year, and I did so much, and a number of things broke on my RV. I went all over. I went to Oregon and Wyoming. I went back to Denver to see my son. I came back here a couple of times. Came back here to babysit Blue and hang out. And now I'm just resting here in Illinois, and I have so much to do. And that's one of the things, I'll need to work on is my writing. I don't really want to live in my RV full time. I want to find a home base. And I'm not really sure which state yet. I'm not really sure. I might just stay in Illinois for right now.
What states have you gone to since you've been traveling in the RV?
Okay, first I went to first I said I went to my son's for Thanksgiving, and then I went to see my niece, and I went to California to see my brother and my sister-in-law
Thanksgiving, and then I went
and
with my niece.
my nephew. And my sister-in-law was in stages of breast cancer. She had had it for a long time and had been in and out of remission a number of times. She was 68.
Mm.
Um, and and I got to spend the last month of her life with her. I was helping my brother with caring for her, and I was cooking for her, and I got to spend her last Christmas with her. And she passed away on January 9th.
Oh,
So that was that was hard.
that must have been very hard.
Um, yeah, and I stayed by my brother. I was parked on his ranch at his smaller house. He eventually sold his big house, but I came back here for a month in the winter, which was interesting and fun. I got snowed in, and I was babysitting Blue when Gladys went on a work trip, and I got snowed in. I'm from California, Southern California, and Florida, and then Middle Georgia. So I've not ever been around a lot of snow like that. So that was fun and interesting. And I went east in the fall, and I went up to Michigan. I've been to 3 different meetups.
Mm-hmm.
I don't really like big meetups, though. I'm not really wanting to go to any more meetups, actually. I'd like
I
to
want to
go
go to a
meetups
meetup.
better.
I want to go to a meetup. I think it'll just be so much fun and so different and meet everybody in person. I would definitely love to do a meetup.
Yeah. I mean, I don't regret any of the ones I went to, really. I don't regret them. I just don't think I want to go to any more.
Mm.
I don't want to meet everybody on YouTube, I've discovered, necessarily. There's a lot of people I'd love to meet.
Mm.
I have a supporter in the Philippines, Loves. I'd love to meet her. I'd want to go to the Philippines and meet Loves. So,
I think it would be interesting. So, how is life going from a house to an RV?
oh, that was a big deal because it took me a whole year. I was talking to my friend Joy. So this fall, I went to M21, and then from M21, I went to see Kevin Oakes in Kingsport, Tennessee, and then I went to see Joy and Donnie in Pigeon Forge, and then I went down to Georgia to see my kids and some friends down there, and then I went to Memphis, and then I came back. I Chattanooga and Memphis, and then I came back here. But downsizing, oh my goodness, I did it for a year from December 2019 until I sold my house in August. Because I went from a 3,500 square foot house, and then I moved out of my ex's house. It was 3,400 square feet to a 1,600 square foot house down to an RV. I actually fit, and then since I decided to not buy my RV in Georgia because I wanted to stay up here with my friend, and I didn't want to, I could have stayed with somebody down there, but I was going to come up here anyway, so I came up here to buy my RV. I had to fit everything I wanted to keep in my car.
Oh gosh.
So stuff like I'm like, I'll get another coffee pot later. Thankfully, I found like a used RV, and I paid cash for it from the cash from selling my house, and it had all the stuff in it already. I mean, it had a coffee pot in it. It had like a fry pan and utensils, bowls. It has a little food processor. I was like, I need that food processor. I made carrot cuppings. I was like, I need the food processor out of my RV. It's over in storage. But yeah, it was a lot. I made like almost $3,500 on all the stuff because I was keeping track of everything. I was very careful with every penny before. I'm wanting to go back to that now and be more meticulous like I was before, because I just, like, since I sold my house and I left Georgia, I was just like giving myself a break. And it's just like, because before I was just very meticulous with it, but I do need to be more careful with my money and stuff. So I was talking about budgeting on my live the other time, but I recorded it all. So I know I made $3,000 on selling all my stuff. And I sold like the little knickknacks. I mean, that's like the big stuff from and my house had gotten infested with, after I stopped doing Airbnb, I got rats in my house and they had babies and my house was infested. That really got me pushed. There's so many things that happened that really pushed this plan forward. And that's really why I believe, whatever you want to call it, in a higher power, the universe just helping you or pushing you along, like, that my friend came up here, and that, and that's another example of a good thing coming out of a bad thing too, because the rats really got me going, and I'm just like, I'm getting off. I had too much stuff. No place for them to hide. I cleared out my den first. I went room by room, and I didn't realize how many collections I had over 1,000 books when I was in the big house. I had a library, a room that was a library. And then I had like about 600, 700 books in the little house. And I donated a lot of them, but I did sell some of them. But I sold, my crock pot, my blender, I had a bunch of little salt and pepper shakers. I had 200 stuffed animals.
Oh my gosh.
Like 100 of them were bears. I had probably 50 dolls, maybe not 50 dolls. I had Barbie dolls. I had baby dolls. I had Cabbage Patch dolls. I saved a lot of stuff for my kids that I just left. Saving it for grandkids, One little neat, like, I met my good friend Lillian from selling stuff, my good friend in Florida, and I went and saw her when I was in Georgia. I mean, in Georgia, not Florida. But so I met her through selling this stuff. And like one neat little story that just came out of that thing is, I was just overly sentimental, and like my daughter I gave her back some of the stuff and I put it in storage, and she went and got it out of the storage and took it. But I had this like teddy bear that I got when she was born, and it was from Publix, and it was the cutest thing. And so I just I sold everything on Facebook Marketplace.
Okay.
And I put it on Facebook Marketplace, and I was like $4 or something like that. Yeah. I get this message from this and it was neat because she was a nurse too. She was a nurse. She was a nurse, and she was about my daughter's age. My daughter's 34. And she said, "Oh, my favorite bear I had was just like that. And it was destroyed in a house fire." And I was like, "Oh, I am so," and like she had trouble like getting off, and I was just like so thrilled about that. And I wrapped it up in tissue paper and brought it to the hospital and gave it to her. And then, I'm remembering another story. Like I could write poems about these. That's what I should do. I wrote poems about like my Airbnb and stuff like that, because I just write about my life, the circumstances. But so another story that was really cool is I collected lions. And I was really into the Chronicles of Narnia. And like my son found a lamppost, and I had a lamppost at the big house that he put up out front that was like the Chronicles of Narnia. And I had a bunch of lions. I was collecting lions. I had this one lion. I wanted to keep it. I'm like, how can I put this? It was 3 feet tall, and it was beautiful. The pictures are on my Pinterest of a lot of the stuff I sold, but
You could
so
have kept it. It would have sat right next to you as you were driving.
it was breakable. But anyways, and I got it while shopping with my sister-in-law at an antique store. My sister-in-law that passed away in January, I got it while shopping with her. But I had this other lion that was a stone sleeping lion that I got while shopping with my sister-in-law also when we were in Tennessee. And it was a cute little sleeping lion. And this lady that bought the lion from me, she said, I my mother would love that, and she was putting it at her gravestone for a memorial. Well, she was doing a memorial. I'm not sure if she was putting it at her gravestone or if she was doing a memorial garden like at her house. But anyways, it was for her mother, and I was like, I loved that story too. And I'm like, I'm so glad I'm getting rid of all this stuff. It has
Yes,
places
that's
to go,
true.
places to go that I'm sending it out to. So it was really neat.
How was it? What did you have to do to go from the house to the RV? Did you have to learn about how to hook up the RV, things about the RV,
I had to learn a lot as I
different
went.
license?
Well, that's where YouTube comes into it, where I started learning a lot of things. So I got on YouTube, and who I was first following was interesting, was 30 and a Wake Up. When he was in the RV, Kevin of 30 and a Wake Up. And when I was over at 30 and a Wake Up, I met Johnny from Johnny's Journey. And Johnny and Kelly live right in this area. And I met them before we went and got food we went to Red Robin. They're really cool channel. I'm a member of their channel, by the way. Just throw that out there. So, and then I met Johnny's Journey, and then at Johnny's Journey is where I met where I met Kenneth Oates. And then like all of the YouTube community and everything.
No, which is really cool. So when you go from place to place in the RV itself, do you have to rent out the spot? About how much does it?
I usually get an RV park, but I have boondocked places. I've been to a lot of. Do you want me to show you some Instagram pictures? If I bring up if I share the, because I could show you some of the places I went and stuff, if you know how to bring up the thing in the basement.
Let's see.
Let me see if I can do it.
Hello, everybody in the chat.
So, do you see that window down there?
Let's see.
Okay, tell me if you see it.
Yep. Is everybody else seeing it? I see it.
Yep, there's my Instagram, and it's REDheaded Writing Hood again. So I've been cooking. When I'm in the house, I cook. I like to cook.
Yes.
And I made some carrot cupcakes. See, that's what I like to do when I'm in a house. So that's why I don't cook as much in my RV. I mean, a little bit. I have a little bit, but I went to the last place I went was Graceland. I had been by Memphis so many times and never really stopped there. There's a lot more I want to see there, but I went to Graceland.
You went there with Joy Bless?
No, I went there by myself.
Okay.
Yeah, and the places I went by myself, I didn't share where I was when I was there since I was by myself.
Yeah.
This was Chattanooga. It was Raccoon Mountain. So I share it now. I share it after I left there. I say where I was. Oh, this was a neat. Speaking about the downsizing, so this was neat. I found one of these. It's a rock Himalayan salt lamp, and
Yep.
I didn't want to get rid of this, right? But when I decided to downsize to when I decided to buy my RV up here in Illinois, I was like, I'm gonna get these are everywhere. You know, I can get another one. So I gave it to my friend, and she sells a lot of stuff uh, on Facebook Marketplace too. So I gave it to her, and then I found another one when I was in Chattanooga, and it was my birthday. So I'm like, okay,
You treated yourself.
I'm gonna get another one. I knew I would find another one. So that was kind of neat. And because I was in Chattanooga for my birthday, and it was really pretty, and I was just alone by myself and
that's
chilling.
pretty.
Yeah, it was really pretty. These are some of the magnets of places I've been in, some channels, Cruising with the Colemans and Where Are We Staying, Ladybug Out.
Cool. I know. I collect shot glass. I used to collect shot glasses and magnets for my parents. So whenever I would travel, they had something, and I would have other people bring things back, and it's like, okay, they got stuff from all over the world.
This is a little bully-free zone where, because I just like I'm feeling picked on again, because it's happening again. But whatever, it's okay. I'm getting kind of used to it, unfortunately, but I'm okay. I'm a tough woman. I can take it. There's Kenneth and I, and Warriors Pass State
I know
Park.
that
It was really
person.
beautiful. There's a yeah, this is Warriors Pass State Park.
Oh,
It's
that's
really,
pretty.
really pretty. This was You Got This. It was the
Yep.
girls.
You got it.
Chat saying, I won this painting at M21 from Vermont Paint from the RV DJ. So that was fun. This is my little pillow I got at a Cracker Barrel. And this was Kenneth's birthday dinner, lunch, whatever.
Yes, he's an old man now.
27 on the 27th.
Yep.
Speaking of the campfire at M21. Oh my goodness. And I'm not saying it, okay? This is me not saying what happened. But no. Stay tuned, folks. I will. But now is not the time or the place. Anyway, these are two lovely ladies.
So these were at the meetup.
Yeah, this is at the meetup at M21. This is Linda Barker and Kathleen Klein.
Cool.
And yeah, I met and Traveling Robert. There's Traveling Robert.
Oh yeah.
Liliani. I don't know if I'm saying her name right. Ron Sees America with its pineapple.
Yes.
James Catanese. James and
yes.
Cindy. Yeah. I met a lot of great people, but I should never say never. Cruising with the Colemans. I got a great tour of their RV on my.
I know they got a whole cat thing going on.
Yeah,
that's amazing.
There's Tina. Yeah,
I
should never say never, but I might go.
I'm waiting for Kenneth to do his
RV DJ. Sonia.
Yep.
This is Floss. More bang for your bucks.
More bang for your bucks. Yep.
Ladybug.
I know you guys. It's not that scary, but I know I'm amazed. I know a lot of RV people, or I'm on their, friends on their channels.
Mhm. Linda Barker, she's a supporter. Charlie Grace. She did the first interview
But
with
you're
me.
the true,
So. Huh?
you're the true redhead.
No, she's a true redhead too.
Yeah.
Kathleen Kine. So, and then this is where I am right now is right near St. Louis. So
Well,
it's just right close by. I'm in Illinois, but right near St. Louis.
I guess what a lot of people don't know, I don't know if a lot of different communities here on YouTube do a lot of meetups, but a lot of the RV, the homesteaders, they do a lot of meetups where they'll meet up in one place, they'll get together. People will sell some of their items, but they just all get together and have just a really good time.
Mm-hmm. That's Branson. Yeah,
It
I
is.
should never say never. I could end up going to courtside. At this point, I'm not wanting to, but
Mhm.
I don't know. I'd rather just go and see certain people that I want to see, like go see Dee and go see, Cargo
Mhm.
Dan. Um, this is a place near here where I actually parked my RV at and stayed at the house, and it was inexpensive. That's a Horseshoe Lake.
How do you, I mean, do you pay for the staying at one of the parks? You pay weekly or is it daily?
It depends on how long I'm staying there. I stayed at a place in uh, these are all Branson. I stayed at a place in Denver for a month. I stayed by my son in Denver, and
Mm,
and it was like $1,200 for the month. That place
for the
was
month.
that I just showed you was these pictures are from when I was in Kansas. This is Garden of the Gods
That's pretty.
in Colorado. Um, like that place where I was mooch stalking. This place was also. This is at Las Vegas, New Mexico.
Mm.
And it's really pretty. That's not my trailer. That's not me.
Yeah.
But that's who was right by the lake. So this
We
is
got the
Story
rainbow.
Lake in Las Vegas, New Mexico, and the primitive camping they call it, with no hookups there is $8 a day.
Okay.
So I was
But some of the
there.
places that you go to, they have facilities that you could use, like showers, sometimes
Uh-huh.
pools. So the more amenities they have, the more money you pay, right? Just like a regular hotel.
Mm-hmm. Um, this was my favorite place. I won't play the music. This is the Klamath River in Northern California. This was my favorite place, but it was like, I don't know, $54 a night. It was expensive, but I stayed there for 10 days. Yeah, see, I want to plan out my
It's
year
pretty.
better when I leave here in probably January or February. I want to plan out my. Um, I watched the Long Long Trailer. This is a hilarious movie, you guys. The Long Long
I
Trailer.
love that. I love that movie. That is the idea of that's the nightmare that I have, that if I ever get an RV, that will happen to me. I'll be going too slow. I'll go too fast. People will be honking at me. If I get an RV, I
It's
just think I have to
hilarious.
do like Arizona, where it's just a flat, or anywhere flat, no mountains.
This was going out to eat with my son and his friends in Denver. We went
Oh,
to a
cool.
German restaurant. And this was one of the things I sold. Was a sign from my Airbnb. My daughter gave me this sign, and so that was my sign
So
in my
stands.
Airbnb. Welcome to Reds. And the Wolf's Den, the den I called the Wolf's Den, and I rented. I eventually put that. I had two rooms on my Airbnb to start out with, and then I ended up with 3 rooms. And that's actually how I met my friend Gladys. Is she came to stay at my Airbnb. That's my cozy kitchen in my RV.
Yeah, you really have to downsize, and but the I guess the good side of everything is that you've gone and you've traveled to so many different places, and you had the freedom to do it, and you did it on your own time, and you
Yeah,
weren't rushed, and you got
yeah.
to meet new people,
Mm-hmm.
and I think that's kind of exciting.
Mm-hmm. It was awesome. It was an awesome year. And like a year ago now, I was very scared when I first this was some of the damage. This was damage that I had that wasn't my fault. The hail damage I had um, that I had to get fixed on my RV.
Oh
It
gosh.
damaged my vent covering,
Oh no.
and so that's all. Um,
How much do you spend in gas on the
A
RVs?
lot. That's what I'm gonna find out. I'm going to add it up. I'm going to see exactly. This was a walk I went on in Denver. It's a bird. This was by where I stayed at. Because I didn't plan ahead,
Mm.
it wasn't a really nice RV park because it was June. It was June in Denver, and
Mm.
everybody was going there in Denver, and
Oh my
everything was
gosh.
full. So I couldn't get. There's a state park that I usually like to stay at there. Um, this was when I was going
So I
back.
guess if somebody I was going to tell you, hey, I'm going to get an RV, what would be your advice to me? I mean, would you say, well, plan out for a year and get parks set up and stuff like that?
Um, yeah, well, a lot depends. I mean, you can just go. I mean, a lot of people that don't. Um, a lot of people don't plan way far ahead,
Mm.
and sometimes it's good and sometimes it's bad. Like I'll stop staring now. Um, like a lot of things, worked out. Like
Yeah.
uh, another plug for the universe or whatever. Someone's watching over Red. Thank you.
Yeah.
That things just work out. Like I had planned for so
Yeah.
far ahead of time. The thing I had planned so far ahead of time was Mayberry. I was going to go to Mayberry. And then I
Yeah.
did end up going to there. And then I wasn't going to go to M21 or Branson because Branson, I was doggy sitting, but then I found out that Gladys was back in time, so I went to Branson, and
Mm.
so that was planned last minute. And then September, I was going to go to Georgia in September, but ended up going in October instead. So then I went to M21,
Mm.
and I don't know, it just worked out. And I stopped and saw Roy and Becky on the way. That's another channel I'm a member of. Shout out to Roy and Becky. They're pretty
Yes,
cool.
I know Rory Becky too.
And Joy Blessed Life, and I want to see them too. I already said
So
that.
so
But
now you're just waiting for your RV to get fixed, and then you're going to hang out for a little while.
it's fixed already.
Okay.
I'm hanging out here until January or February. So I have
Okay.
a lot of stuff to do, and I just need to chill.
Yeah. Yeah.
I,
I mean,
I've been through a lot of stuff, and so
I think I would find it kind of nerve wracking to go out on the road by myself. I mean,
Yes.
just like John had said, very courageous, because that could probably be a little scary, especially like you said,
Yes.
you go into an RV place that's not really the best in the world, you know.
Well, did you hear what happened to me in Georgia?
Oh no, I didn't hear what happened to you in
Did you
Georgia.
hear what happened to me in Georgia?
What happened in Georgia?
Well, um, I got locked out of my RV, and the side door locked, and it was not supposed to lock. So my potty had been leaking, and it wasn't a lot, and it was just when you flushed it.
Mm.
And that's really the reason why I didn't end up going to Mayberry at all. I maybe was going to stop by when I wasn't going to the actual Mayberry campground. I was maybe going to go, say hi to some people or whatever, but I just didn't go at all, and then didn't go to the Carolina Beach with Kenneth because my potty was broken. So I was like, I really probably should stop using my potty, right? And so I was like, there's a bathroom right here. I was at an RV park in Georgia by my children, and I'm like, I can use that one, and then maybe use a bucket. Well, the bucket, you go outside to get the bucket out of the bin. There's bins under your RV, and you can't get into the bins from your RV, so you have to go outside. Well, it was raining one night, and I'm like, okay, I forgot to get my bucket, because I usually have to get up and go to the bathroom in the middle of the night too. I was maybe going to use a bucket for that and not have to walk to the bathroom in the middle of the night. So, and then it was raining too on top of that. So I'm like, I'm just going to go out and get my bucket. I got my umbrella, went outside, got locked out. Because the side door is not supposed to lock. The lock was like, I guess, turned a little bit. It's not supposed to. And I did notice it. And I was like, why is it open? Why is it open? And I thought I had pushed it all the way down, but I apparently did not because I got locked out. But the thing that happened, and again, like someone's looking out for Red. Thank you, Jesus. And I had just listen to this story. I had just met the people next to me because I was moving my thing to dump my RV, my waste tank. My dump tank was not close enough. My little stinky slinky wouldn't reach. So I'm backing up my RV, and I see that the people next to me is a couple, and they're filming. And I was like, there's YouTubers next to me.
Oh gosh.
So we said hello to each other, and we're like, yeah, we're Jarhead and Ginger's Journey. And I was like, I know you. But wait, there's more. Then later on, because she was thinking about it, and her wheels were turning. I thought she looked familiar, but I was like, oh yeah, I know them from YouTube. We knew each other, Michelle, from 20 years earlier. We had went to the same church. We're in the same homeschool group. She had visited my church. Her friend actually went. She was like, do you know? And I was like, Allison.
Oh no.
I thought when she said her name, though, was Allison. And she's a ginger too. So Jarhead and Ginger Journey. But when she said Allison, I was kind of like, Allison. Blew, like, mind blown. I'm like, oh my goodness. From 20 years ago. So I had just met them. So normally I'm not staying in these parks very long. I don't normally meet anybody. And can you imagine? I was, of course I was frazzled.
Yeah.
Already, because I got locked. It's night. It's 10 o'clock at night. It's dark. It's raining. I don't have my phone. I don't have anything. And I'm locked out of my RV, out of my home.
Oh, no. Oh.
It was so nerve-wracking. I ended up having to spend the night in their RV because the locksmith won't come in the middle of the night in the rain.
Oh my gosh. I mean, yeah, somebody was looking out for you because that was just crazy that somebody that you knew from
Yeah,
years
20
ago
years
in
ago.
the middle of nowhere, in a sense, it's that is just crazy.
Yep. I knew them before we moved into our big house. So like 2000, I knew them, went to church with them.
Oh my
Um,
gosh, it's crazy.
in like
I mean,
2000.
when you go
2000.
to the campsites, I mean, I don't know, is everybody kind of like friendly? Is everybody, are there some, do you have to have like a vibe, like your radar has to be up? Okay, well, these guys over here, I don't know what's up with them, but, you know, or do
Sometimes
people
you
say,
don't even meet, you
mm,
know, you don't meet everybody. And then like people, I met this really nice people when I went up to, again, I had no plan, and
mm,
things worked out when I went up, when I left Georgia again. So now I'm saying
mm.
like I escaped from Georgia twice.
Yeah.
When I left Georgia in October, and it was almost my birthday, and I went up to Chattanooga,
Mm,
and I was at Raccoon Mountain, and they just had like one site available, and the people next door, to me there were so nice, and then
mm,
they moved me to and then the next day they're like, well, someone's coming into that spot, so you can't stay there, so I had to move.
mm.
And but you don't always meet all the people around you, and they're coming and they're going, and you don't know, and some of them are people who live in them full time, and then some are, a lot of them are part-timers.
Yeah.
And and there's just all sorts of different people in RV parks. Um, so when I was in Denver at, not in a very great place, uh, Denver Ghettos is when it's Denver Meadows, but anyways, they call it Denver
Yeah.
Ghettos.
I'm
When
gonna
the
stay away
hail
from there.
damage happened, there was a guy that was working, and he was from Texas, and he was there, doing a job, and his vent over his bed, so he had to immediately fix it. His vent over his bed broke. Mine was the vent over the bathroom, so it wasn't as, um, you know, immediately that it had to be fixed, but he temporarily did patch it up for me. He
Mm,
was really nice. He had a big dog. He had a, what are those big? He had a mastiff.
mm. Oh, this is a big
Puppy.
dog.
He had this big, huge puppy, and
Yeah.
so he went up on my roof and patched my roof for me. So yeah, you meet a lot of uh, interesting people.
Yeah.
Meet a lot of nice people, and you do meet some not nice people, unfortunately.
Mm,
But let's
mm.
focus on the positive.
Yeah. Where has been
It's just like YouTube,
where has been the best place that you've been to? What would you say the your favorite place that you visited so far?
Yeah, the Klamath River in
Okay.
Northern California. I love it. I want to buy that. I have to save up $1 million, Michelle. I want to
Yeah.
buy that RV park. I want to buy the RV park. I also loved Oregon. Everywhere I went in Oregon, was so beautiful.
Yeah,
Um,
Oregon is pretty. I lived in Oregon in Eugene for years. My family is in Eugene and Portland and Ashland, so they're all in Oregon.
my daughter, not my daughter, my niece just bought a house in Bend, Oregon. So she
Oh,
said I
bad.
can
Yep.
come visit her and park in her driveway. So
Oh,
that'll be
oh.
fun. But
Uh,
so, uh,
so what are your next things for your channel?
I'm still want to learn to edit. So
Yeah.
I want to make video. I have tons of footage. People know I've been talking about it forever, that I have like 42,000 items on my phone and in my iCloud. It's ridiculous. I just pay for more storage. And the one video I have that's edited nicely is the one with Box Fan D, and that's thanks to another 2 channels that I'm members of, Box Fan D and Van Life Voyages. So plug.
Yeah.
I went to meet Dee at Van Life Voyages at Derek and Tanya's house, and I was happening to do a video on depression because of the YouTuber who took her own life in March, and it was April. And Tanya edited that whole video for me and everything and put it up there. And so
now that you're stationary right now, you probably have time to learn how to edit.
yeah,
So,
that's what I'm
I
hoping.
don't
There's so
edit
many things I
either.
need to do. There's so many things to do to home base. Before, when I'm on the road, I'm thinking of, where am I going next? Where am I going to stay? This, that, and another thing. And I'm just chilling for a minute here. I need to do a emissions test on my RV. I need to pay for my tags. There's lots of things going on.
You got to get done.
I have a list. I'm still probably going to go see my son for the holidays in Denver, but I'll probably fly there. Just fly there, fly back here.
Yeah. Now, what would you say that, going to if somebody was going to start going to be an RV, just to transition over to RVing, what advice would you give them?
Just think it through. What I wasn't able to really do is like take a what they call it, a shakedown trip, little trips in your RV. I really think, and especially for me, but everybody's different. I think I need to have a home base. I need to have a home base. You have to have a place where your mail goes. I can get my mail forwarded to me, and which was really good is my mail comes here, and then if it's something really important, like I just had left here and I wasn't really going to come back here right now, but Gladys told me I got, it says you have to have your emissions test, and I was like, oh, I didn't know that. Yeah. Okay. So I think it's good to have a home base. I think it's good to try it out. I think it's good to plan, but be flexible, because what they say is we plan and God laughs. Well, I don't think he does. Maybe he just has something better in store for you.
Yeah. No, it's
wait, this will be better, Red. Let's try this. But it is.
I think it probably would be good to have a home base, because then things will go there. But again, like you said, if I wanted to try to do transition to an RV, I probably would have to do small trips, like you said, because I think you could rent RVs, just like you can rent cars, and do a small
trip out on the road too. I saw people that rented them. The rental.
Oh, we have John down below. I think he wants to say something.
John, this is an interview with me, not you.
I know. She is a real courageous woman. I've seen some of her videos and they're really good. That's all I wanted to say. Bye.
Bye.
I think, I probably would have to try something like that. Because I think it is, my son would definitely have to be older because, school and stuff. But I find it interesting going to different places. But again, I would have to probably learn from you. Okay, you stay away from here, you stay away from there. I think you really have to do especially if you're single, you're a woman, you need to really get more advice, and just be like, okay, well, This is what you do. This is what you don't do.
It
Have a
is,
backup plan.
Yeah, and it is hard doing it on your own. Like when I'm driving
Mm.
down the road, I don't have anybody. My mom used to call the person in the passenger seat the navigator. You're the navigator. Where are we supposed to go? And they had the paper maps and blah blah blah. And you don't have that when you're by yourself.
Yeah.
So it's
Yeah.
it would be easier with somebody else. I would be more apt if I met someone, if I met a man that wanted to do the life, I would be more apt to do it full time if I had a partner. But still, I do think I'd still like a home base. And I think it gives you more time for other things, and then you can garden or do other things.
Yeah, because you always need a break. I mean, it's a great life. You get to travel and stuff, but sometimes you need that break, like you're having a break right now, just to kind of like get yourself together, get some things that you have to be stationary for, that you have to get things all ready and for your next, trips that you're doing. And it's hard, I think, to do it on the road because for internet and stuff like that, you don't have like a stable internet sometimes either.
Yeah, and I went through that. I started to get nomad internet, but then I heard about people that had a problem with it. So, and then they weren't sending it out right away, my router, and so I canceled it. Then they charged me, and then, but anyways, got it all straightened out with my bank. But yeah, and I just use a hotspot from my phone. Right now I'm on this house's internet, so I never did even get another phone. But it's a lot to think of when you're doing it full time, and I don't want to do it full time.
Yeah. So if you stop going and you stop doing RVing, would you go ahead and do another B&B, Airbnb again?
I don't think I'd do that again either. I don't know. I might, but like never say never. But when I stopped doing that, I was like, never again.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I could, but I really want to focus on my writing. I want to have time, and that's why I want to have time like in one place. What would be cool is like to be up on a retreat, like in the mountains somewhere, and just be able to write, to focus on the writing or something like that. Because I really would like to do more with the writing and the poetry and stuff.
So maybe that would be your next adventure, is your next driving, and your next areas that you go to will be more places where you could be a little calm and just have that time just to have the thoughts and everything just come in your head so you could just write.
Yeah. See, that's why I would love, like, it's kind of like a crazy dream, but it would be cool if I could buy like that RV park at Klamath River. It's beautiful. And they did something with the internet because he's like, we didn't have good, we had they had someone come out and do something so that they would have good internet there, because like past reviews I had seen that said that the internet wasn't good, but I was able to go live from there and everything. And that was in April when I was there. And so I could see that as a place where I could write, I could sit and write. And I guess it gets sort of cold there. It's like you're in the forest, but it's cool. But it was, I would walk to the beach every other day, and it was 2.5 miles. So I'd walk 5 miles every other day. And there were seals, and the river would go into the ocean. It was gorgeous. It was beautiful. And
if you go there, when you go there again, you have to tape a lot more for us. That would be kind of
I have. There is look in my footage. There's footage of of Klamath River, California. And I was saying where I was when I was there. That's something I just started recently because people are like, don't tell everybody where you are.
Yeah. No, it's true. But you could tape and then put it up after you leave, like you said. So this way, nobody follows you. And I mean, you probably have good communication with some of the other RVers that you're friends with, that if they're going to be around in the same area, you guys can meet up at that point. So, which is kind of
There's
good.
actually an app. I haven't used it really, but there's one that's called Nomad Near Me.
Mhm.
Some
Oh.
other people I know have used it. There's an app
Okay.
called Nomad Near Me,
Oh, it's kind of
which is
cool.
interesting. But you
So,
want
do
me
you
to
think
say another poem that's one of my favorites?
that's what I was going to ask you right now. So do you think you would do another book through Amazon again to get your new ones out, or are you
I'm
looking right
considering
now?
it, but I'd really rather get a real public, not have to self-publish again.
Mm.
But I don't know.
But if you do it that way, then you really have to do your research on a new publisher, and then
Yeah, I'm kind of skittish now. Like, I'm like not very trusting.
I do know, and I don't know if she had a publisher. She did it on her own. Um, Walk with Me, Tiffany. She did a book too, and she's another YouTuber too. You should talk to her because, like I said, she's written a book. Her book is really interesting. It's about her life too, and you should talk to her and see where what she used or who she used for
Yeah.
it. Especially you know not saying small, but from where you're starting at right now, you probably would have to use somebody else that would be into somebody who's a newcomer in a sense,
Yeah.
even though you've two other ones. But
yeah, I've been looking into a lot of stuff, and like I joined this group because there's a publisher's. You're supposed to find an agent. So yeah, there's a lot that goes into it, and another reason why it's good to be in one place for a while where I can focus on doing those things with my writing and stuff, and then plan out where I'm going to go when I set out next year and how long I'm going to stay in each place and stay in places for longer, for like a month at a time, maybe.
But again, I would imagine getting all that together for a book takes money. And if you're on doing your traveling with the RV, that takes money.
Yeah.
So between the two, it's like I think at one point you might have to make that decision, which are two things that you love to do, you might have to compromise at one point.
Well, yeah, I'm blessed in that respect too, because thankfully I found out that my first lawyer was shady, and
Yeah.
so I had to fire her and get another lawyer that put in for my alimony, and I got the alimony, and then something else that was it's sad but expected happened the night before. My dad in California wasn't doing well when I was in the process of leaving Georgia, and I was heading to California eventually. I knew when I got my RV I was going to California, but he passed away. My dad passed away
Wow.
September 21st,
I'm sorry.
and which was the day before I left Georgia.
Yeah.
And so but that has been helpful, and also since of paying off all my debt, when I sold my house, because that was our first house and it was paid off. So then I paid cash for my RV and been trying not to use the credit cards and staying out of debt. But with all of the repairs and like you said, the gas expenses, my RV only gets 11 point something gallons, to a mile or whatever. So it's a lot for gas.
Yeah.
So yeah, it is all stuff to consider, but thankfully I am blessed in doing well financially, but I do want to be more careful and save up more.
Yeah.
And keep from using and keep from going into debt again.
Yeah. No, definitely. Because I mean, no, you wouldn't want to do that at all.
Yeah.
So
It's a wise thing to try to get your finances managed right.
So on your first book, the one that's on Amazon, everybody could still purchase that one?
Yeah, but I get more if you get it from me.
Okay.
And then you can get it signed. So, and if anybody PayPal me any amount, I mean, this is 2015, so it's on. What was kind of cool is Dee put it on her wheel. She hasn't been using her wheel so much anymore, but it's on Dee's prize wheel. But also,
Now,
just if you get one from me, I will. You PayPal me any amount and email me your address, and I will send it to you.
Okay.
Yeah, in fact, I have a few I'm sending out on Monday.
So the best way for them to do it is get you on Instagram and talk to you on Instagram.
Get it from me. You can also get it on Amazon if you so want. I think it's on Kindle too, actually.
But it is probably better to help Red out to go ahead and to get her book and go ahead and Instagram her because it benefits her better than Amazon itself. So, and then with your other book, don't get it, you guys, unless
I'm sorry you can't get it.
yes.
Pray for me to find a new publisher that will do this, that will redo this.
Yes.
Even better.
Yes, because that is not
Also,
a nice
send
thing
me
to
your
have.
address if you want a sticker. You got the stickers. My thing, the Wolfie.
I love the Wolfie. I definitely love the Wolfie. I know that the Kenneth and Sam, everybody's dropped your link for your channel in the
Thank
chat for
you.
everybody to become friends with you over there. You do great live streams. You have a great group of people that go up on your panels. You know, I don't think nobody talks as long as Kenneth does on his, but you're on Kenneth's panels. You've been up on mine, so it's just just a good time. So you guys definitely have to go ahead and become friends with her up on her channel. I am going to have her go ahead and do another poem or two for everybody. So and while she's saying the poem and stuff, if you guys have any questions about the poem, if you have questions about her channel, please definitely go ahead and put the comments down below. So I'm going to have you pick another poem.
Okay. I was trying to. Oh, Blue's getting a drink of water. Sorry. I'll do one I know by heart. So this one is. I'm sorry. I'm trying to do this file here.
Uniquely Lavish loves your hair color.
Thank you. Yeah, it was starting to go a little white, gray. That's what this poem is about. It's called Ginger Me. Blondes have all the fun. They're the lucky ones. Gentlemen prefer them. Seems bad boys prefer me. Perhaps another shade of dye is worth a try, but my cousin says the red hair makes her fly. They look at her, they look at me. If he's male, we'll get it for free. She's got sass, she's got spunk. She knows that God don't make junk. They call me Red, a firecracker, they said. I no longer care what they say. What's in my heart can't be taken away. Someday my hair will fade, and I'll let it stay gray. Or go white, as redheads do. Beauty is vain, but the fire in my heart will burn on, and to my king I'll sing this song. His love is deeper than the ocean. He washes away my brokenness. He whispers to my heart, his love for me will never part.
Oh, I like that. That is so cool.
It's in here.
Yes, definitely.
I'll
I'm
send
gonna
you a
go.
book. I'll send you a book for free, Michelle. Just
No,
email,
I'm going to
send
get.
me a
I'm
book.
going to go get one from you. So this way, I could put it up once I get everything taken down. I'm putting it up there where I show everybody. So
That's
I'm
sweet,
like, oh.
Sean. Thank you.
Mhm.
Thank you. Love you. I I feel it's it's important to be kind to everybody, and I'm for, because I feel like I'm an underdog myself. That's why I'm for the underdogs.
But you got to be kind to yourself first. I mean,
Yeah,
not to be, not to anybody else, but you also
yeah,
have to take time to be kind to yourself because
yeah. I've learned that too. Yeah, I've learned a lot. So my ex-husband's pretty narcissistic, and I learned that I'm codependent. So it's a lot I've been learning, and there's people on YouTube has been awesome in just the knowledge you can gain and all of the channels and different subjects you can learn. So one I follow is Lisa A. Romano, and she's helped me so much. I mean, probably saved my life. Like the universe was like, here, Susan, here, Red, you need to listen to this person.
yeah.
Yeah, it's been so phenomenal. And I say, and the music, I say, and because I was in a very dark place because I wasn't in contact with my kids, and just in Georgia, and I was just going through a dark night of the soul, if you will. And Lauren Daigle came out with her song "Rescue," and I talked about this on the Boxer and D video. And she says, you're not hidden, you're not alone. And she says, I'll send out an army and I will rescue you. And I feel like through all these things was, God sending me help through all these different sources and the YouTube and getting the idea to RV. And funny, the idea, Michelle, to RV though wasn't on YouTube. It was that divorce group I was talking about, the
Yeah.
narcissistic abuse group. Was this lady who did the same thing, and she said, I decided to. She was a little bit older than me, and she had a little dog, which I did have a little dog, but she was so nervous. I decided I made the tough decision to rehome her, and she was only 6, and she was adorable. So I'm sure she's making someone very happy because she was a little sweetie. But this lady, she had a little dog, and she said I was going to do it for 2 years. She traveled around in an RV with her little dog, just to help her heal from the marriage, from the divorce, from all of the chaos, if you will. And she said I did it for 4 years. And she had family in New Jersey. I think she bought a place in New Jersey. But that's where I first got the idea.
Oh, that is cool.
So
Now,
yeah.
yeah, but I have to say that YouTube has been amazing. I've met so many different people, and I get offended sometimes when everybody says I'm just a makeup channel. I'm just like, no, I'm not. I have friends in so many different areas on
And
YouTube.
genres.
Yeah, it's just like I'm not just, ooh, I have makeup channel friends. I don't even think I have very many makeup channel or unboxing channels that I'm friends of. I have homesteaders, RVers. I have, fishing people, hunters. I mean, I
Yeah.
have so many different mukbang people, and I just find it amazing that, you know, there's a really good group of people that you become very good friends on here, even though you're just so far away.
Mhm.
But, I think I get more support by my friends here on YouTube than I do my friends in real life. It's just like we all seem to click together. It's just like,
Mhm.
which I think is
Yeah.
amazing that you could find so much. I have a problem. I need to find something out. I search
Yeah.
on YouTube.
I even
It's like,
found a channel. So when I had the rats in my house, there was a channel. And if you go back in my videos, there's a channel, a video I did about why I'm thankful for rats. And thankfully the rats came after that moment because, oh, that would have just been, that would have tipped me over the edge, Michelle. I didn't
oh,
find out. The rats didn't and come into my house until after I had that moment where where I had that crisis moment where I just didn't want to, I was just like, I'm done. I'm
yeah,
done. That
yeah,
I talk about in the Box Van D video. It was afterwards I found out the rats were in my house because, oh, thankfully it wasn't at that moment. And then Gladys was living with me before I came up here too. So I was thankful for that because I was just like, I
oh
was just like,
no,
I would just have been, I'm done. And that's why, again, you see the timing of things and it's just like, I'm
yeah,
glad that was timed that way. Who did that? Who did that?
yeah. No, it is definitely it's definitely true. You never
It's Victoria.
know. Yeah,
Hey, Victoria.
you never know what why things happen. Things just happen for
Everything
right
happens.
place, right
Everything does
time.
happen for a reason. I know it's
Yeah.
cliche, but I do feel like everything does happen for a reason.
Oh yeah,
Um,
no, it definitely does. I just
and that
think,
bad, horrible things, um, even horrible things,
mm,
something good can come out of it.
yes.
You know.
As I said before, I think if everybody tells me, would you change anything, your past? And my thing would honestly be, yeah, you would sit there and think, oh yeah, well maybe I would change this or maybe I would change that, but then I have to think what I have now, would I still have it if I made that change? Would I still be the same person? Would I still enjoy the things that I do now? I don't know. I don't know if I would change it.
Hmm. Yeah. Um, okay, sorry, I'm trying to find the red poem.
Mm.
Um, and it's in this document
I don't think
because
I would
that's,
change.
yeah, it's because like I couldn't, and I think like, well, maybe things would be um, better if uh, I had left my husband sooner, but I don't know, maybe they wouldn't be.
Mhm.
Um, and I can't go back and change that. So, what is the point of that? Everything did happen for a reason. Everything
Yeah.
happened the way it happened, and you can't really change it. So,
No,
um,
it's true. I
yeah.
mean, if you had stayed married, stayed in that relationship, you wouldn't have your voice that you have now.
Mhm. Oh no, I wouldn't have stayed in that relationship.
Yeah.
I'm thinking that it would have been better had I for my children, but I couldn't leave sooner. If I had been able to leave sooner. Let me back
Hello, S. Henderson.
But here, let me read this. Let me do this poem. And it is like, bear with the yeah. I have to. sometimes you talk about the negative things too
Hmm.
to get to the positive things. You know,
Yeah.
sometimes sometimes you have to address the elephant in the room. So, anyways, this is called "Call Me Red." Now maybe I should let him back in. I don't know. Call Me Red. We're always in it. I see it. I face it. I put it on. Scarlet or vermilion or bluish red crimson. Old ladies with hats are winsome. Valentine's, Christmas, cars. Leaves of fall. Team colors. It symbolizes blood and courage. Come now, let us reason together, says the Lord. Though your sins are like scarlet, they shall be as white as snow. Though they are red like crimson, they shall be as wool. Esau was red, and so was his stew. God didn't choose him, but he chose you. The sea was red the Israelites went through. I said I didn't love you, but I lied. I thought you knew. I couldn't have put up with all that crap we went through without his love, which ran red. Your cold-hearted rejection cut like a knife. My blood ran red. So I wanted to hurt you too. Why don't we remember the good times? You always focus on the bad. Never speak life to me. So sad. Left me starving for attention and affection. Does anyone think I'm good or fair? I won't live in regret. We were all meant to be. 5 beautiful children, don't you see? The thought of losing you could leave me so brutally blue. But no, just as Taylor said, loving you was riotously red.
That is really deep because I know some of your backstory with your kids and everything. So that is very raw. So yeah, but I mean, I love your poems. I think they're very
Thank you.
deep, very honest, very like you said, just raw. You just once you know Red and you hear her story, then when you listen to the poems, you kind of like put things together. So, but you could put things together in your own life. You know, it's the same
Mhm.
thing. Me and my ex, it's just like okay, it was there, it was done. You know, I have my son. You know, it's
Mhm.
just like love lost, but you know, it's just
Yeah.
like I'm still me.
Mhm.
At the end, I'm just still
Yeah.
me. So,
And you learn from it. And like I said this before, and I'll say it again. I never regret loving someone. You
mhm.
know, never regret loving someone. It's not.
Yep,
It's not. Um, it's always a good idea. You should never
yeah.
regret loving someone. It just it didn't work out, and so um, you know.
Uh, John
Thank you,
says,
honest moon gazer. Thank you.
it's like, yes, definitely. So, I just think it's what I have been able to put into words, how you put into words, probably not. I probably would not. You're very honest, you know, in your poems. You know, you just say everything, you know, which I think is kind of cool. Tell us another one. I think everybody wants to hear another one, right?
Let me think. Oh, yeah. Okay. Let me find one in my new book. And that means I have to read it because I don't have these memorized yet. Hmm. 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 Hmm.
I know I've been saying that I need to. My son that passed away, I had him at 21 weeks. His
Um,
birth date just came, and I was going to do a video on it for other women who have lost children, because my son was my 9th pregnancy. So, and I said I was going to do a video for other moms, but I said, I don't know if I could put it into words, everything that would happen. So I might eventually do something like that. So
Yeah,
let everybody else
the thing.
know.
There's so much. I guess that's why the storm poem is my favorite, and also the elephant one, because so many people have gone through stuff. Like I was listening to this thing on I was listening to this thing on Facebook today with I don't think I can say her name. Her name is Sagini Pagane. It was about battered women, and she interviewed this man whose mom got killed by her abuser, and it was when she was getting free, and that's something that interests me, and something that I'd like to volunteer or offer help with. A ministry that I've really always liked when I was away from God. I was just not really keeping up with it as much, but is Joyce Meyer ministry. And ironically, that's right here in the St. Louis area. And it's just something I would like. And I know that they are involved with stuff like that. And it's something that I would like to maybe look more into and get more involved into. And the thing recently that I was talking about, this recent YouTube drama is around having channel memberships, or and what channel memberships I support. And I'm like, I may eventually not put money towards that at all, so I can put money towards, like you said, like you thinking about like, where do you want the money to go? Where do you want your time to go? Because you should always budget your time, you know?
Yeah.
And I'm like, I need less time, you know, unpacking, repacking, traveling here to there. I mean, I still want to travel, but maybe not as often. But also putting your what charities do I want to support, and maybe I will not be joining. Like maybe next year I won't be joining channels, and I'll be putting that money towards helping battered women or something like that, you know.
Yeah. I said that I have to tell MB's story, and I definitely been thinking about it lately. And I should have done it on his birth date, but we didn't. And we called him MB because he was an embryo, then he became a baby, so he's MB. So that's what we named him. So it's just like, yeah.
So
Eventually, I'll tell my story.
Another channel that I love, a big channel that was instrumental in me sort of rethinking, and that instead of throwing the baby out of the bathwater, because I was not treated right in a few churches in Georgia also. It's called spiritual abuse. And so, but instead of throwing the baby out of the bathwater and just being mad at God and being like, forget it all, this channel, God is Gray, and she sort of rethinks Christianity. But you made me think of it because she did a video about that with a woman that had lost her baby. I'm talking about, and she's very, I think she's very empathic too. Her name is Brenda Davis. And just really neat. She's a millennialist. We'll cut her some slack. I mean, Kenneth's a millennial, so technically. We'll let it slide, Kenneth. Millennial, whatever you call them. Anyway, I found my poem on love.
Okay.
Love. I'll read it to you. I need to memorize this one. It's called That Four-Letter Word. So you're actually supposed to guess it. I gave it away. But it's never in vain. It all matters, no matter how small an act. A kind word, a smile, a hug, a cup of cold water. I have it in a photograph, a letter, a scrap of paper, a meal, a memory, a bowl of chili, chicken salad, peach ice cream and red velvet cupcakes, chocolate and roses. It speaks your language. It's a gift, a movie, a lightsaber, a new hope. It's a verb, it's a noun, it's an adjective, it's profound. It's encouragement and motivation. It's harder than you thought, yet it makes everything easier. Like E.T., it phones home. It's more wonderful than you knew and worth everything you put in. It hangs on, it never quits, even if you let go of it. It can hurt sometimes. It can't stay mad. It works and tries, it bleeds and cries, and doesn't lie. It apologizes, gives, and forgives. It's the only thing we take with us when we die. Yet it makes us feel alive. It always hopes, believes, trusts. It never fails. And even if you're away a while, it waits for you to come home.
I like that.
That was inspired by a few songs, mainly the song Photograph by Ed Sheeran. So I love music, and so a lot of that you could do like a Where's Waldo and find the lyrics in this book, and also Bible verses. The red poem is filled with Bible stuff, the one I just said, and that one has a couple of ideas. I try to change it up so it's not like word for word.
Yeah.
It's the only thing we take with us when we die. That's from the Ed Sheeran song. And then there's a song, This Is What Love's Like by Toby Mac. And there's a line in it from then. It's harder than you thought and worth everything you put in. That's from the Toby Mac song.
Yep. You want it, but yet it is a lot of work. Definitely so. You should go ahead and start doing panels for other people that are writers and talk about new ideas, talk about each other's poems to break it down, where, I think it'll bring more focus to, your writing, and then help, with more ideas, and, let other people know, because there's a lot of people around the world that love poems, that love reading poems, that love to find new writers, but they like to break down the poems and, be like, okay, this is what focus on here. This is what this could be, this, and I think that would be kind of cool. Now you just have to hunt out for more people on YouTube that do writings too, and form a group. I think it'll bring more traffic over to you and get more of your writing and more of your poems out there.
Yeah, I have thought on numerous occasions when I've gotten aggravated with the drama on YouTube and some childish things and stuff going on.
Yeah.
Like even right now, I've thought about quitting YouTube.
No,
A couple of times, but my friend Joy talked to me and like I've kind of like tapered back, and I don't like to have a bunch of people up on my panel anymore, and I've been more particular about whose panels I go up on, and not going up on panels as often.
Mm.
And
No, you definitely have to choose and pick who you have up, because it's your channel. People have to respect your, the people in your chat, but you would have to kind of like look around and see people that have, the same interests. Like I have a lot of times Corinne is always up on mine, but we get along very good, and we, kind of like mesh well, so I think you have to find somebody like that will kind of like bring out that, but has the same, you know, love like you do for writing, where you guys could do things like that on a panel together, and bring out, I know you can't say for word for other books, because you can get strikes against you, but you could always discuss, oh, I
Yeah.
thought this was kind of good, this was kind of bad, oh, whoa, what do you think he meant by this, you could always say a phrase,
Yeah.
so I think
I've
that
had
would
um, uh, the storyteller Donnie Wheeler, enjoy Less Life on my live, the last two, because I do my poetry stream I do once a month. It's the first Monday of the month. That's why I was like, oh my goodness, Monday's the first. The first is Monday. I have to
yes.
go Monday, and so I had a panel up on Monday, and I hadn't in a while, and I had Donnie on again because he does poetry and stuff.
Yeah.
And Victoria May Wallace, Life Unfiltered, she's the one that gave me the idea, because she said, because I also do other people's poems on my poetry stream and say them and stuff. And so, yeah, she gave me the idea. She was reading me some poetry, and I was like, oh, I need to do that. I'm a poet. I need to do this every month, okay? Yeah.
Yes, you definitely. So, is it going to be this Monday that you're going to do a live for your poetry?
Oh, I do a live every Monday. It's at 10 p.m. Eastern time, but the poetry stream was last Monday.
Okay.
Was this
All right.
Monday?
So make sure everybody connects with her, with you. So this way. And then this way they could go ahead. Yes, I know. It's like, wait, hold on, which
So
way?
confusing.
I know. So that this way you guys could go ahead and get in on the fun over there. Because I've been to not all your live streams, because by the time you go up, I'm planning on heading down. And I've been up on there just like in the background and stuff, listening and stuff. So it's like, but you always have a good group of people that are up, up on the channel, people that I kind of like know too, from their channels and stuff like that. So it's like, it's always a good time. There's always a joke here and there, just like there is on mine. But everybody gets along. So, but yeah, you have to ignore the drama. You need to do
Good.
you. You have to just do you. I know it sounds kind of selfish, but yeah, you have to ignore it and you have to do you. Just distance your way from it. There are going to be people that love you. There are going to be people that hate you. There are going to be people that envy you. And that is just unfortunately life. Not everybody's, here though on YouTube. I think because there's always such close groups somehow, word does get around and people do talk amongst themselves, and it can be kind of frustrating, but I just ignore it. You like me, you like me. You don't, you don't. I'm not everybody's cup of tea. I
Yeah.
mean, that's how come there's how many people on YouTube, and that's why I
Yeah.
love doing these interviews where people really get to know the person behind the channel, and they, then will go over to the channel and, have, just know what they're all about, because
Yeah.
again, there's so many unboxing channels. There are some people that are watching me, and there's a lot of people that are watching everybody else. I might not unbox the way that they like me to unbox. So I don't take any offense to it. You can't. Life is way too short. So
Hi, Patrick. Patrick, message me, because I'm so distracted when I'm doing my live, and I'm like, oh, Patrick's here, and I put his message up there, and I read it afterwards, and I was like, you could have came up. Yeah, it was a good time to come up because I hadn't even been having people up on my panel until I had my I don't know if I'm gonna have people up on my panel every week anymore, but I did on my poetry stream again. And so I apologize for not getting back to you on what your comment. I just was like, hi. And I was like, oh wait, he said blah 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 blah. I was like, oh shoot. But I
Some
go
of the
back.
people in the chat, some of the times it just gets away, and then I'm like, hey, somebody came in. It was like, who is that?
Yeah. That's why I put mine on slow mode now. I put mine on slow mode. I put it on subscribers only.
Yeah. No,
but only like 5 minutes. But
I have my mods like Sam and Scratching PPA and Kenneth in here now. So I know they're just looking out and dropping stuff if I need help and stuff. So it's like I have a few moderators, but ones that I trust and I know that they'll not do me wrong, because you have to watch out with moderators too. You have to watch out for everything nowadays. So.
Yeah, the person I recently had a problem with was a moderator.
Oh,
not
crazy.
Anymore, needless to say.
Yep, that is just crazy.
I'm debating. So, like the call I got, I found out literally 5 minutes before doing this interview. The call that I got was telling me that he is calling me out, and I'm like, I didn't say the name.
Yeah. What do you get out from that? I mean, it's just, I mean, I've seen people on YouTube have their issues.
He's calling me out for doing nothing, literally. Yeah. Literally, just like nothing.
Yeah.
Red, he doesn't like me.
Yeah.
Well, it was because I said I support memberships. Members, just this is one paid memberships. I mean, I support everybody. I mean, I'm here. Yeah. I supported this person. He didn't even have memberships. Yeah. But he said, you said you only support couples and women. And I like memberships. I mean, and if I said that, I wasn't saying that because I don't support you. Yeah. I still was subscribed to his channel, and I still was trying to go to his live. That's not a reason to block someone because you say you support women's channels, and those are paid memberships, women's channels and men and couples, because I'm a woman. I'm a solo female traveler.
Yeah. That's just good. I mean, I have friends that are on here that have they're monetized. They have I'm not subscribed to every single person that I don't have membership to every single channel. I have to a few channels, but I don't have to everybody. Yeah, it's just like, it isn't that I don't support you. I support you less or them more because I have a membership to this channel and not to this channel. I support everybody. I go and I watch their videos. I like, I comment. It's just, I have a connection, just like in real life. You have connections. You have really good friends. You have acquaintances, and everybody else, and that's just, it's the same thing here. When people pick and choose who they subscribe to. I mean, I don't, whenever I become monetized and I'm going to have subscriptions, am I going to expect every single person, am I going to turn around and say, hey, Red, you need to go ahead and be a member on my channel? No, I'm not going to say that. And if you're not, I'm not going to be like, ooh, she doesn't like me as much. It has nothing to do with it. It's every membership has a different, also, not, I hate to use the word benefit, but there's just, certain benefits that you get from being a member at one channel versus another channel. There's there's so many other things that go into it. And yeah, I don't I wouldn't be offended if people that come on my channel all the time, or let's say you or Patrick, on here,
Mhm.
or Modest Moon Gazer, who's been, coming to a few lives too. I wouldn't be like, oh, they don't like me because they're not doing memberships. No, it's just,
Yeah. Hmm.
you guys support me anyway. You guys come to my channel, you comment, you do, there's support right there. It's just like,
Yeah. I was
I don't know.
only a member for a short amount of time. I joined 3 different guy channels,
Mhm.
and that was fine. But then I decided to go back to my original thing of supporting mostly women. I'm a woman. I'm sorry. Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm a women's liberal. I believe
yeah,
in women's rights. I do. I'm
yeah.
sorry. I am. Um, I'm not going to apologize for that. So what,
But
and
to
for
block
someone
you to
to
call you
block
out,
me, he blocked
yeah,
me because I said this, and he doesn't even have. I felt like it was a misunderstanding, and that he should have
yeah,
said, "I'm sorry that I did that."
yeah. Or
Now he's saying on his
even
page that,
contacted
yeah,
you,
I blocked
or
her.
even contacted you and said, hey, hey, I was offended by this, blah blah
Yeah,
blah. You
really.
could have sat and just,
It was a whole month. I didn't
yeah,
notice. I didn't go to his channel very often, but I went in his chat and noticed nobody could see me. And I was
uh,
like, what's going on? And I did talk to a person that knows him better than
mm,
me, and because I don't even know who like he's talking to, like that somebody's
yeah,
making a big deal, because I didn't even, I only told a couple of close friends that,
mm,
and for him to call me out and say my name when he should be posting an apology on his page, actually, is what he should be
yeah,
doing, because he gets misunderstood, like you said to this person. I wasn't even talking to him, that I
yeah,
only support. Well, to me, you look at someone's actions.
mm,
I had him as a moderator on my channel.
yeah,
I subscribed to his channel.
mm,
I went to his lives. That's support. Okay. He doesn't
yeah,
even have memberships.
yeah,
So, like, you're offended that if you had memberships, I wouldn't join your memberships because you're a single man.
yeah. That,
Like,
I mean,
it's
but
insane. It's
that's
really
crazy. It's like
crazy.
some people go to McDonald's, some people go to Burger King. It's just like that.
And
Just,
one man who I'm not mentioning any names. I'm not
yeah,
mentioning any names. The other
yeah,
man that I whose channel I unjoined, he blocked me too. He blocked me because I wasn't paying him monthly anymore. And I was still a member, right? I was still a member, and he blocked me. I was a member of his channel and I was blocked.
why would you do
Is that
that?
insane?
That is, I mean, that is freaking crazy.
That's insane.
I don't know. That's crazy. No, that shouldn't be used. I
Yeah.
mean,
And it's just like, that makes me not want to join anybody's channel
yeah.
anymore.
I mean, you talk to the person first. You say what's going on. You know, I
I
mean,
meant if it's someone like that 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 I'm close to, and I
um,
find out I'm blocked, I message them and say, "Hey, why am I blocked?" You know,
yeah,
if it's some Joe
yeah,
Smo, I don't really care. I mean, if it's someone I don't really know,
yeah. That
you
is just crazy to me. I don't understand the logic behind that. But
know,
yeah, I try to stay away from the drama too. I I tell everybody, you like me, you don't, you don't. I'm not everybody's cup of tea. Am I going to be totally offended by that? No. It's just like in real life. You have your good friends, you have your acquaintances, and you got people that you
Mhm.
just bump into. It's just life. There's enough
Yeah.
love here on YouTube to go around, and
And
life
there's
is too
plenty of
short
other.
to
That's
think
what I've
about
realized.
people.
There's plenty of other.
Yep,
Um,
yep,
my friend Joy has been very helpful to me.
yeah.
She's just like, here,
I
check out
mean,
this channel, check out this channel, check out these
yeah,
people. There's
yeah,
lots of good people here, you know?
yeah.
She's like,
There
no, we
are.
don't. So I didn't even feel like going live anymore. I was just like, Come up
Yeah,
on the
no.
road. I don't.
Yeah, no, you got to
No,
keep
someone's gonna
on.
take your spot. Keep your spot.
Yeah. No, you still got to keep going. You still do. I had been having a bad week or two, and it's like my numbers have dropped, and I'm sitting here thinking, oh my goodness, it's like, where am I going? And I've had people say the same thing. You got to keep on going. Don't delete your channel. Keep on going.
You got
Keep
a lot
on,
of views.
your friends will come. You'll have, new friends coming to your channel, new people visiting you, you
Mhm.
know, exposing yourself, your poetry, your life out to other people to help them, because you don't know who that next new person is going to be coming to your channel, and somebody that you
Yeah.
really will be helping, and if
Yes.
you weren't
I
there,
have
you
so
wouldn't be able
many,
to help.
there's so many sweet people. That's what I have a problem because it was so negative. Sometimes you grow up in a household where it's always focusing on the negative, and I've really had to work on focusing on the positive. And there's been so many positive people that,
Mm,
I love your poetry, and we love you, Red. Just like John saying that, or
mm,
um, you know, uh, I just had some really nice comments on so many, and on my the depression video with Box Van D too. Just so many. There's so many great people out there. That's what I
yep.
want to focus on.
Yeah, that's what you have to.
Sweet
That's what you
people.
have to focus on. It's like, I don't focus. You can't focus on the negative.
Hmm.
Again, you just got to think about it. Like I said, sometimes you're just not somebody's cup of tea. I mean, personally,
Yeah.
my thing is that when I go to a new channel, if there's something that's not for me, I'm not gonna say something bad in their
Yeah.
chat or comment.
Right. Like really have
I'll
some
just,
common sense,
yeah,
people.
yeah, I'll just be like, okay, well, I'm just not gonna watch him. Why am I gonna sit there? Okay, yeah,
Yeah.
this person is offensive. This person is saying something that I don't like. Well, I'm just not going to go back. That you have that choice, not to go back and watch
Hmm.
something. When people say,
Hmm.
"Oh, well, this person is this or this person is that," and my thing is that, then don't watch them. Just
Hmm.
move on and go
Right.
somewhere else. You
Exactly.
know,
Like
it's
this
just
person that recently, like, it took me a whole month to realize he had blocked
yeah,
me. But why not just let it go? Just like don't support me. Don't come to my channel. Fine.
yeah,
He hadn't been around, but I hadn't really even noticed, honestly.
yeah.
And then
That's
and then to say it on his page
yeah,
that, yeah, I
yeah,
mean, it's like, first, you shouldn't have done that in the first place. There was no
yeah.
reason for you to block me, and then you announce it.
Yeah. See, that's the thing. He shouldn't have even
Yeah,
announced it. He shouldn't have said
I
anything.
didn't
To
announce it.
me,
I didn't say anything.
if he wanted to block you, then that was his option to go ahead and do. But why go ahead and publicly put it on there? I mean, I tell people, I hate
Mhm.
the fact that you have movie stars and you have all these big shot people that they'll go and they'll say their political views or this or that on public TV. This is like public. This is public too. You don't have the right to do that. It's just, don't say nothing at all. Just, that's it. It's
Mhm.
like, I don't know. I
Yeah,
don't think,
just be,
it's
you
just
know,
like,
be kind.
mm-hmm. Yeah,
Can you be kind?
yeah. No, that's kind of hard nowadays. It's just like, I tell everybody, I know I have friends who are uh, Hindus, Muslim, Seven Day Evangelist,
Hmm.
Catholic, born again Christians,
Hmm.
Jehovah Witnesses. I have so many friends from different cultures, and
Hmm.
when you come down to it, the main thing in life, everybody, is to be a good human
Yes.
being. That is it. Be a good human
Love,
being to
love.
everybody. That's it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Treat others like you want to be treated.
Hmm.
It's just, that's just basic common sense. And like I said, if you can't say nothing good, don't say nothing at all. Just
Right.
go past it. Just, hold your tongue, think before you speak, kind of thing. It's just like, no, that is crazy. That's not nice at all.
Yeah.
But it takes
I've
all
really
kinds of
been
people to run this.
burned by a lot of people on YouTube.
Yeah.
But, hey, I'm still here.
Yeah. It's just like,
I'm
yeah.
still standing.
Yep. Just ignore it. Just keep on going. People that are there for you,
Haters gonna hate.
yep, yep, and people that are there for you, people that are on your channel, other people that have on theirs but know you, they're still going to be there for you because they just know, and it's just like, just let him run his mouth, and that's it.
Mm-hmm.
See, modest moon gazer. I know people from so many different religions, and like I said, everybody has their own beliefs, their own ways that they worship, and I never question anybody. I just say, hey, the whole Buddhist, it doesn't matter. The whole main thing is to be a good human being. That's what it is. To be here and just to be a good person. You know, treat others the way you want to be treated. Yep, Kenneth,
Mm-hmm.
that's the same thing. It's just like, you don't say anything bad about anybody, especially if it was miscommunicated and it wasn't, you know, just, and so publicly, that's what kind of like kills me. That, okay, just, I would have just blocked you if I had an issue with you. I would have just either blocked you, or I would have put my big girl panties on, and I would have been like, hey, Red, what did you say by this? What did you mean by this, Red? And just be like, okay. And if I still didn't like your answer, then I would have blocked you, and that would have been the end of it. It's
Mm-hmm.
like, put
Yeah.
on your boy pants. I don't know. Some people think it's easier that other way. So, but so any new things coming up on your channel?
Yeah, I'm supposed to be learning to edit. Oh, put the pressure on myself. I have back videos. Yeah, I'm hoping to, you know, edit some videos and maybe do some videos. Maybe I'll talk some more about the downsizing, because that was a big thing, and a lot of people are doing that now, is the downsizing and minimalist. Me and all my stuff down. I still have my stuff. I did get rid of 200 stuffed animals, but I've been buying more now. I gotta stop. This is my wolf.
Baby Yoda, baby Yoda. I
just started watching them. I was like, here I have this Baby Yoda. I feel like a hypocrite because I haven't even watched it. But I started watching.
I haven't watched it either. I have to watch it myself, so don't worry about it. I tell everybody, my mom is always telling me, hey, did you see this? Did you see that? Did you see this? And I go to her and I was like, Mom, remember, I have a 9-year-old. I watch mostly everything that he wants to. At the middle of the night, I'll put on a show, and it'll take me about 2 weeks to watch one show because I fall asleep in the middle of the night watching it. It's like, that's just how it is. Yeah.
But thanks for having me on here. I really appreciate it.
So what advice would you give to anybody that is starting a YouTube channel?
Oh my goodness. Don't do it. No. You gotta have a thick skin. Don't take everything with a grain of salt. Consider the source.
So,
but there's a lot of great people out there. You just have to look. You just have to look around. Be patient.
Yeah.
Be kind to one another.
Yes, definitely.
That's
don't. No, Patrick, too that it's a lot of hard work. You have to put a lot of time into it. It's not as easy as it seems, just pointing a camera and going. There's a lot of stuff in the backside, unless you have a channel, do you know about all the rules from YouTube and gaining people, losing hours, this, that. I mean, what you could say, what you can't say, but I don't think I ever would discourage anybody from going on YouTube, but I would tell them you need to have the time. Definitely have the time. It's just like
Yeah, it's very time consuming. You
it
know that
is.
too. That's why I was like, I'm doing all of this, but do I need to be? You know, I need to do my I need to do my writing. You know, that's my
My
main
dog
thing.
is just barking. She's like, shh, shh, Julie. She's a little Dachshund. The door rings, the wind blows. She's barking. She got a big bark for a little dog. She's a hot dog dog.
YouTube is what you make it.
Yep,
That's
it
nice.
definitely is.
What have I made it? Why do I have this mess, Patrick? Oh no! What did I do?
Yeah. Okay.
YouTube is what you make it. Oh no!
Okay. I'll get
What
in
have
a
I
second.
done, Patrick? What have I done?
No, you. Why did you initially start your YouTube channel?
I don't know. It wasn't. It was. I want to help people.
Okay.
You know.
So that's why you continue with your YouTube channel, because so you can help people.
Yeah.
So I think
Not
sometimes you
about,
just
you know, other people are about different things and want the money, 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 money.
nope. Not everybody do. I think I'm ever going to make zillions of dollars on YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
No, but I enjoy being on here. I enjoy making new friends,
Mm-hmm.
learning new stuff. I mean, yes, I just do unboxings, and yes, I, do tutorials, but sometimes that helps, It's just
Yeah.
like,
And it's fun.
yeah,
It can be a fun hobby. I didn't
yeah,
anticipate how much fun it was going to be. I didn't anticipate meeting so many people.
mm,
I didn't anticipate the community. I also didn't anticipate all the drama and
mm,
hassle and unpleasant things either.
mm.
But I also didn't anticipate all the new friends.
Yep. No. And I think that's why a lot of us continue going and keeping strong, and that's what you have to do too. Listen, you could be out in those RV camps and stuff by yourself in the middle of nowhere. You're courageous enough to do that. You've gone through all your experiences in your life. You know, you are stronger than
Yeah.
and this too will pass. That is just it. But we are women and we like to vent, everybody. So we have to get it off our chest. It's just like,
Apparently, this man likes to vent too and
yeah,
called me out by name.
yeah. No, we talk to
Like,
our friends.
why don't you just say, yeah, hey, I did block Red for no reason at all. She
Yeah,
did nothing to me, whatever.
that is just crazy. I don't understand. To me, it's like, yeah, I'll get more details from you in private.
Mm.
But yeah, that's just crazy. I don't know. To each his own. That's what you got to say. So let everybody know again in the chat when you do what your schedule is right now for your live streams and for your
Monday
poetry.
nights at 10 p.m. Eastern, 9 p.m. Central, 8 p.m. Mountain, 7 p.m. Pacific.
Mm.
I was going even later than that.
Mm.
I was going after Prairie Life. She's not going live right now. I haven't touched base with her, but I don't know what her plans are. I haven't talked to her. But
Okay.
but yeah, I'm still in the 10 p.m. spot.
Okay.
She over the summer stopped going live, so
Okay. And then if they're interested in getting in your book, which I hope everybody is, they could go ahead and contact you. Can you tell them what your Instagram page is?
my everything is REDheaded Writing Hood. My Instagram, my Twitter, my Facebook, my everything, and my PayPal link is on my YouTube channel, and so yeah, If you just Google me, all my stuff comes up.
No, we have the links over here, and then I will put in the description down below. I'll put your channel link there too. So, and I'll put your Instagram too. So this way, if they want to contact you, they could go ahead and contact you that way. But yes, I hope you guys all connect with Red, show her some love, and then have a new friend over here,
Thanks, Michelle.
over
Really
there.
appreciate it. I really, really
So,
appreciate it.
oh no, thank you for coming. I was like, ooh, hoo, hoo. Yes, you were. Oh snap! I thought you can catch me up.
Uh,
We'll chat and you can catch me up. Okay.
I ordered more, Patrick. I ordered more a while ago. Nope, not
Oh,
out.
and he says, oh
Gonna order
snap! I
more.
thought you were out of books. So no, she has books, right? You have books, so
Mhm.
definitely go ahead and grab a book from her. Contact her on Instagram, and then this way you guys can make arrangements for that. And then definitely on her poetry nights that she has, you guys could sit there in the chat and discuss her book. So, which would be kind of cool. So it's like everybody's sending virtual hug, virtual hug.
Thank you. I need hugs. I love hugs.
Yes.
Yeah.
But I say ignore the drama. Do you do what you need to do? Don't stop YouTube. Still do your creative. You're still helping people.
Need to
Like
take
I
a deep
said,
breath.
yeah, very deep breath. Count to 10 and continue going. That's what you got to just do. Just just brush it off.
Yes.
That's it. Yep. That's all you got to do. It's just like it is what it is, but don't have it stop you from doing what you started your channel to do, was to help people. And have those experience out there and have people ask questions, and that's what it's all about. So you got to continue doing you and continue your channel, keep on growing, getting stronger, and that's what. And then hopefully that third book, you never know, will be around the corner.
Yeah, I hope so. Yeah. Pray for me to find a new publisher
Yep.
for my
So
red poems and What Elephant. I'm
yeah,
also going to write about doing the Airbnb because that was quite an adventure. Red's Airbnb. So
yeah,
then I figured the sequel to that will be Red's RV.
yes. The B&B will probably have a lot of probably funny things in it sometimes
Oh my
because
goodness. I
I
didn't even get all into that, but that the Airbnb was an interesting experience. Yeah.
yeah, I couldn't even imagine it. I had a friend here, who was going to turn his house into an Airbnb, and all the things that he had to do beforehand. And, he had to make sure he had people come in and clean, because people will say, oh, there was a hair on the bed and it was like their hair, but the reviews, it's just like, that would be too frustrating for me. I don't know if I could have done that. So,
Yeah, it was it was an interesting experience.
yeah,
Airbnb, yeah.
definitely. And then also everybody in the chat, I know I'm going off topic, but Fordman, aka Kenneth Oakes, who's here on here, and I've been promoting him and Sam's Trains Vlog some more. Both of them. Sam needs his hours, so he needs help with his playlist, watch hours, and Kenneth needs his friends. He has his hours. He needs a couple more friends, you guys. So let's try to get both of these two guys monetized soon. So we have to rally around our friends. And like I said, hopefully once they get to the point that they need to, then I'll be helping out two new friends. So, but let's get these two guys. One needs their friends, which is Kenneth, and the other one is Sam. So we need to get them going. They're so close, these two. So we need to get them up there. So, And definitely you have to go ahead and become a friend with the lady next door to me right here. Yes, it's like knock, knock. Wait, wait. Knock, knock, knock. So, but definitely we need to help each other out here, you guys. So,
Mhm.
but I do appreciate you coming up. Does anybody have questions for Red? Because I could talk about 7 hours. I've been on lives for 8 hours, so I could keep on going. So, but does anybody have questions for Red before she heads off? So, virtual hug again. Modest Move says self-publish.
That's what I did with this one.
Yeah.
Which I could possibly do it with Amazon again. But that's what this one was too. But see, this was a paid self-publisher. I wanted them to do the pictures.
Yeah.
And that's
I
where
just think you need to redo that one again and just,
I want to find a real publisher.
Yeah.
I'd like to get paid for my creation. Is that too much to ask? Not have somebody else get paid for my creation. That was.
Have you thought about, as you were going to the different cities, going to some of the poetry spots that go ahead and just stopping by every city that you go into, kind of like find that hot spot and just put your poems out there?
No, I haven't thought. I used to go to open mics in Georgia. Sometimes poetry readings and stuff. They would have a poetry thing every month in Macon. But now, see, another thing with the traveling around is just it is time consuming. You know, when you're figuring where you're going next, planning where you're going next, who you're meeting up with next, and I think I'm gonna be definitely staying in one place longer the next year, and gonna be having more time to write and do online and find publishers. And like I said, I'm in this group where you can find a publishing agent, stuff like that.
Yeah, but I think that would be kind of cool. You go so many different places. You should find out where the open mics are. Bring your YouTube cards, have YouTube cards too, or with all your social media and stuff, and then you could give those out too, and then bring more traffic to your channel too.
Cool.
So I think that would be kind of cool. You have enough time to think of what you're going to do now. So it's like
while I'm chilling here to do that, and I need to memorize to go to more. Like I memorized the poems from this, and I haven't memorized the poems from Red yet, and I need to work on that. So
that'd be so cool. Next thing I know, you're driving through Texas, you're around here, I'll be like, oh, she's doing an open mic, I'm gonna be there. So which would be kind of cool.
Yeah, I could do that. I also play the flute a little, but I'm not that good. That's not my main thing, but I like that. One of my bucket list things was like, I want to try, maybe here in St. Louis or something. I want to try being a street musician at least like one time and see how that, learn a couple of songs and go do that. I can even say a couple poems, like
you probably can,
and see how much money I get in my hat.
It's like, make it a challenge. Be like, okay,
that'd be fun.
It's like, hey,
I could do that for charity too. I could be like, this is for.
See, I think that'd be kind of cool. Be like, and then you have to have somebody tape it. So you gotta go into a city and stuff that somebody else is around, that they could go ahead and tape you as you're doing it. like off to the side.
Yeah,
like
see, that's
a
another thing of being a solo female
yeah,
YouTuber. You don't have somebody to film you. I
so
finally got a little stand to put my phone
yeah, I know, but that's kind of hard and do a flute and then talk to everybody. So, but
on.
you'll find a way.
I
You'll
will.
be inventive. You'll find a way.
I
So
will find a way.
yeah. So all right, you guys. So
Thank you so
I'm
much,
gonna let
Michelle.
Red go, so she's not on here because I'll be on here forever. And I think Kenneth put in for our next raid, which will be
Ah,
California travel videos. So we'll
I
go
love that.
ahead and raid them.
I would be a member of theirs, but they don't have memberships.
Uh, and
I keep on harping on this.
I know, I'm telling you, no, you got to vent. You got to vent. What better place to vent?
I love
It's
Grace and
like,
Michael. They are awesome.
yeah, you got to vent. So, but yeah, we'll definitely go ahead and raid California Travels videos. When you get there, just tell them Makeup Mom and Son raid. So this way they know we're raiding them. But make sure everybody that you connect with Red, go ahead if you have the option of sharing out this video, share out the video. Also,
Shared it
remember
out
to give me
earlier.
a thumbs up, everybody. I would appreciate it. And if you're new to my channel, make sure you're subscribed. But mostly everybody here is subscribed. And then, what would be your final words for everybody here?
Um, just love one another and be kind to one another.
Yeah. So I
And
hope
Red loves you.
everybody, yes, I hope everybody keeps that in their minds and their hearts. Ignore the petty stuff and just love each other, be kind. So I might or might not do a live stream tomorrow. Who knows? I'm supposed to do them every single day, try to get my hours up, but life happens and I can't be here every single day. But I do appreciate that you came on the channel. I had fun talking to you. Had fun learning more things about Red as a person. So it's just like, and hopefully, maybe hopefully I'm be allowed on one of her live streams. So,
Yeah, definitely, definitely.
so it's like,
Yes,
but
I'll
but
interview you.
if not Red, I will not be offended, and I will not block you.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
You're welcome. I just had to let you know that.
Thanks, Michelle.
It's just so crazy. Well, I hope everybody has a wonderful, fabulous night. Have a fabulous day. Thank you, everybody, for coming. I hope you guys enjoyed the stream. I hope you guys enjoyed my guest. Make sure you go ahead and connect with her. And then we will go ahead and go to California Travel Videos Raid that Kenneth has put the link up for us to go ahead and raid you guys. So I have to end this as another way, which I got to figure out how to do it. So I might be on for another second or two as I try to figure out how to end this. Or Corinne told me another way to end your live streams, that you go into your YouTube studio and from there you end it. So this way you can see your analytics right away, or your true analytics. So I'm probably going to do that. So Red, you'll still be on for a second. So I wish everybody a wonderful, fabulous night. I'm going to end the stream. I hope everybody will be here when I do my next live. And my next interview is going to be with Hilda DC on December. Oh, sorry. What's Day in the Life of Michelle? I believe she is next week. And so she does makeup, unboxing reviews, things along that line. So I hope you guys go ahead and check that video out. And everybody who hasn't seen last week's what's that channel about? It was the Patrol Paranormal Investigators. So go ahead and check that out. And I will see everybody then. Good night, everybody. Now I'm going to have to end it this way. Hold on. All right. Oh, no, I got to save. And then I do that. All right. I think we are off